this is Sam, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the latest update notes that were from this week. I know that I am quite late, but I still wanted to make a little bit of a video on that because there are two things that I am interested into talking about with you guys. So before we get into the two topics that are rather interesting for me, I should first start by saying that we got some new post-processing options, which means that now Guild Wars 2 can run much better on lower end configurations. This is a very welcome change, and it is also finally a way for you to tone down the effects of some of the other players' cosmetics. This is great, it's going to make the game feel less cluttered, and in my opinion was long overdue. Now, speaking about what is actually interesting in this update, the first thing is the update to item converters. They are now using the vendor interface, and this might not sound very clear to you guys what it entails. However, it is quite interesting, and we're going to swap to the game for you guys to see that. So now, once you're in game, what that makes it is that instead of having to use the candy corn gobbler with some candy corn, pieces of candy corn in your inventory, you can now double click it and it's going to open a vendor window and allow you to draw the pieces of candy corn directly from your bank. As you can see, I have none in my inventory. It's taking them directly from the bank. So this is a great and most welcome change. And let's go to hoping that they actually make that a possibility on all of these little converters that we have throughout the game. Vendor windows are very great, they're useful, you can move around, keep them. It's just perfect for some very on-the-go usage instead of having to wait for hours at a hub like this to use all of your candy corn. Now, this has made it so that candy corn is a little bit more expensive now, so if you're not interested in the buffs or you've already stacked your character with the buff, now is a good time to get rid of your candy corn before waiting for the next Halloween. And when Halloween comes around, maybe it's gonna finally be worth stocking up on a lot of pieces of candy corn and selling them later on. But time will tell. And now there's another thing that I want to discuss, which doesn't seem to be in the patch notes because I couldn't find it when I was skimming through them. However, Arnanet has added some possible drop rates to some containers. So for example, if we preview a Black Lion chest, you can see that we now have some percentages written on all of the categories, and for some of them it's a little bit of a range of drop rates, so you can expect that some of the items have the higher end of the drop rates and some of the items have the lower end of the drop rate. Now, what that truly means for us is that we get a better idea of how the loot tables work. However, one thing that I need to point out for you guys, so you are fully aware of it, is that the items in there do not have the same weight on the drops. What I mean, for instance, here if you look at the Black Lion chest, it says that you get a guaranteed item. Sure, it's guaranteed. 2 common items, so there's a 100% chance you get 2 within that. And then you have a 10% chance for an uncommon or better item. So 3% here, 2% here, 0.3 here. Not sure. You cannot receive duplicates, it doesn't really matter. But however, if you look at the uncommon, I think that on the uncommon part, they're all pretty even. On the rare part, it is absolutely certain that the harvesting nodes are on the 0.3%, while the rest, like the rare skins, are at the 2%. And here, very specifically, since all of these are permanent contracts, I believe they are all evenly at 0.03%. However, if we are looking at another form of container, such as, for example, a trick-or-treat bag, and if we preview that one, as you can see here, they did say that the super rare category is on 0.03, just like in the Black Lion chest. However, we don't have any percentages for the other categories, and in here, I can guarantee you that the Enchanted Music Box is the one with the lowest drop rate. So there was Enco on Twitter who started writing a bit about that, and as it would seem, some items have a 0.02% chance. So for example, that would be the polysaturating reverberating infusions. Touch of Madness, the gifts, etc. All of that, up to the quarterly weapon chest, all of that would be at 0.02, more or less. And then the actual extremely rare items would be on 0.005. That would make them much more rare. So this is, of course, information that hasn't been confirmed by the internet. However, people like Enco, Sugon, other big bag openers have extensive data about that. So we should actually believe in their numbers instead of what is written here. Now, of course, this is a great thing that our internet has started doing here, and I'm really hoping that they keep going with that on all the containers so that people are more aware of the gambling in this game and the different chances for things, because of course we know more or less the Mystic Fort chances, but it's very good that we're getting them on other areas of the game. And with this, that's going to be what I wanted to say about this latest patch. There are, of course, many more things that we could possibly talk about, but I really wanted to bring forward these 2 points. So, of course, the drop rates and the new vendor windows for our converters. Now, that's going to be it from me. I will be working on finishing the story mission so that I can finally play Mace on my Ranger, and I will, in the meantime, wish every single one of you some happy trading and to get rich.